It's nice to finally be past the buys, but it's come at the cost of a ton of injuries, unfortunately. As for how we went, it is what it is with our team, really. 1851, went up a little bit, rank still shot. Really just feels like we're winging it and hoping for no bad luck. No surprise, but the trades of last video didn't stick. We made just the two, and those were McDonald to D'Ambrosio and Zorko to Cam Guthrie. Only owned by 1%, I think, so he'll be a huge pod in the side. We went for value over someone like Laird or Mills. Got Guthrie at 527k. We'll see how it goes. At least there'll be more at stake now when watching a Geelong game. But scoring wise, defense, pretty solid. Sinclair and Hewitt guns. Doherty, bit of a pod VC. Got stuck on the bench for over half the first quarter, and I just thought, of course, we chucked the VC on him and this is what we get. But he was a seagull from there on. Took some big intercept marks in the fourth quarter, and we took that 128 as our captain score. Short had the stats, massive amount of meters gained, but his disposal let him down. Parnell, massive first half. Didn't get to see the game, didn't get to see most games, as it has been for most of the season, but I'm pretty sure there was a possible concussion issue with him, and he could have been subbed out at halftime, but thank goodness he played out the rest of the game. And D'Ambrosio, from what I've heard, he looked good. In the midfield, Parrish unfortunately didn't get up for the Saints game, but should be back this week against West Coast. Took expected more from him against Adelaide, but just scraped to the ton. Missed out on McRae's 155 as captain. I don't think I was seriously considering it though, so I can't really complain. Doherty was my second best score after all. But I probably should have considered McRae captain a little more, especially with Baz out. Cripps's disposal let him down. Guthrie, nice debut in the side. I'm well aware of his low time on ground. That's been a thing all season, so I know what I'm signing up for, but he was productive. Had 13 tackles too. Soligo, he's a gun. Judson couldn't quite replicate what he did in his debut. The rucks, very unfortunate here. Witts had a stinker and Teakle got injured. Kinda got bailed out by him being named, but he got injured anyway, and he's definitely going to be a loop now. And the forward line, pretty strong scoring wise, but the biggest news from here is our new hospital patients, Zach Butters and Tim English. Butters, I think the latest news on him is that it was a medial ligament strain, which was an injury he had last year and he only missed a week. I thought he'd be out long term, so that's interesting, and now it's a bit of a 50-50 call, I guess. I don't know, we'll have to think about that one. And English, been tough luck with him. He's out with concussion, and the 12th day of concussion protocol happens to be their round 16 match, which I think is against Brisbane. So I think he'll be able to play, but rough luck. These injuries the past couple of weeks in our team, Parrish, Teakle, English, Butters. Imagine if we traded in Durden as well. Last week, Zorko. I know there were a fair few that brought in Bruce, and he happened to get injured and suspended in the same game. And even worse for those who went Gorn to Bruce. Just absolute rotten luck. 35 trades look like too many pre-season, but now, thank goodness we got those extra 5. For trades this week, I think I'm still going to trade out Butters. It may not be long term now, but English is already out, and even if we have Clark move into the forward line as cover. There's no guarantee Rioli gets named as well. So I think it's still a forced trade. And I will trade out De Koning. Unfortunate that we held and he put up a pretty poor score, but it is what it is. So the plan here, if I trade Butters and De Koning, is to do something very risky, probably stupid, and probably not good long term. We'll move Clark into the forward line, Perez into the midfield. We're gonna go Lockie Whitfield, yeah I know. And in the forward line, Luke Jackson. It allows me to quote unquote finish the team with 4 trades left, and knowing my luck in terms of finishing the team with very few trades left, we're probably going to need every single one to correct an injury. So I think this is what I'll do for now. If Rioli does get named, maybe I might consider holding Butters as well, but I think this is still better for the team. So we'll do this for now. Butters and De Koning to Whitfield and Jackson, leaving me with 47.8k in the bank. So this will be how the team looks heading into round 15. Supposed final team. Nowhere near as elite as some of the teams you're seeing on Twitter, but it's a team. 22 players on field, 8 on the bench. It's a team. Oh, I forgot to mention De Goey in hot water because of his off-field antics during the bye. Yeah, it's all going on in our team. We'll see what comes from that. If he cops a suspension from the club or anything like that, we're in a bit of trouble. Captains this week: McRae Vice against Hawthorn on the Friday night. Or I could VC Oliver or Neil. They verse each other on the Thursday night. 1v2 should be a really good game. I want to go McRae into Parish, but they play on the same night. Why are West Coast and Essendon playing a Friday night game when the AFL does a floating fixture? Makes no sense. So I guess we'll go Oliver into McRae. We have a lot of room for improvement, because even though the team is technically quote unquote finished, it's not great. But we only have 4 trades left, and preferably they'd be used for injuries, but I still would like to improve each line, except for rucks. I think that's fine. But defense isn't the worst if bringing back Whitfield pays off. Could go short to Sicily, Stewart or Dawson. Most likely Stewart though, because he's the one drastically dropping in price. Midfield, Petrarca to Steele could be something I do in 1 or 2 weeks time. And the forward line, best case scenario here would be Luke Jackson has a great run of form as number 1 ruck, and we can sideways him to someone better when Gawn comes back. So if I'm gonna make any more sideways trades from here on in, most likely it will be the forward line. Just gotta hope these risky picks pay off, I guess. But I guess that's the good thing when your rank is shot. All the bad luck that gets thrown your way doesn't hit as hard when the season's already dead. So we're just gonna wing it and hope that we can get some good out of the rest of this season. So that will do it. Hopefully you will survive the buys. Good luck to you all for round 15, and see you in the next one.